What's up everyone, and welcome back to another What If video. You guys have really enjoyed this What If, judging by how quickly it took off. And I like it a lot as well. It's a pretty interesting scenario that has tons of potential. You guys enjoyed it so much, in fact, that you wanted to see part 2 of it soon, so I'm going to give you guys part 2 a little earlier than I normally would. And now that we got past the first part of DBZ, we can get into some more interesting aspects of the story as it progresses. Let's begin. We left off with Raditz being defeated by a combined effort of Goku and Piccolo, with some help from Gohan and Goten, and a little bit more help from Krillin as well. After Raditz's defeat, the group and the other humans begin preparing with some hardcore training, especially focused on bringing out the inner power of the Saiyan twins. The two grow a lot closer, alongside growing closer with Piccolo and training with Goku too, who have taught them a lot and trained them to be much more powerful and fearless. The group then went to the lookout to train with the other humans for the remaining time. And since it's early DBZ, why not start off the video with some power levels? The group as a whole is much stronger than they were originally, except Goku is a little bit weaker, but not by a considerable amount. Remember, he's alive and never trained the King Kai. No gravity training, Spirit Bomb, or Kaioken for him. Chaozu is around a power level of 800, which isn't much, but it's stronger than the original, and it shows how effective the training was. Krillin was much more motivated to help this time around after witnessing the fight with Raditz, and realizes he needed to get ahead. This newfound motivation spread to the other humans that he was around. Yamcha is at 2100, Krillin is at 2500, and Tien is at a huge 3200. Yajirobe, surprisingly, he even trained more as a result of this, and actually has motivation to fight this time, and his level is about 1500. Gohan and Goten were able to train effectively with Goku and Piccolo by switching off with them, as well as their experience in the wild. The two of them are around the same in terms of power, and have also created a lot of combo moves and unique fighting styles. Given how Goten is when he's part of Gotenks, and how Gohan acts as the Great Saiyaman, it makes sense that the two are very eccentric and eager to make these new kinds of combo moves. The two of them have unlocked their inner power and are more motivated to fight together, making an unstoppable duo of two fighters at power levels of 3900 each. Goku and Piccolo have mostly trained with each other, and Piccolo saw the most benefit from this, now being at a level of 4500. Goku was originally at a level of over 8000, as well as having Kaioken. However, he's weaker this time around, only at 6000 at maximum. He's still strong, but without Kaioken or his higher power level from King Kai's training, he's definitely disadvantaged. But it balances out, as the rest of the group's increase makes up for Goku's loss in power, and their collective strength is huge. Time passes and the Saiyans do end up arriving, with the same group as normal showing up, except Goku, Goten, and surprisingly Yajirobe are present this time around, so they have 3 extra fighters. Knowing about ki control and suppressing their power, they all do so, and they seem weak to Nappa, with the highest power level being Goku at a mere 1000, not even stronger than Raditz. How pathetic. Nappa lets the Cybermen out like usual, with the group working in unison to defeat them. They make it seem like a challenge, but really, the Cybermen are nothing. Nappa is surprised, but not scared. He's above everyone else in terms of power, so goes right for it. Tien and Yamcha decide to band together to fight Nappa, who's starting to get bored because he doesn't see this as any kind of challenge. Nappa begins by charging at them, and he feels he has an advantage, while the two humans work in sync to fend him off. They stop bluffing and they power up now that Nappa isn't paying attention to his scouter, and since his guard is down because of it. Tien and Yamcha coordinate their attacks, and while Nappa has his guard down, Yamcha uses his Wolf-Fang Fist, destroying his scouter and knocking him flat. Nappa's a little dazed and caught off guard, but he gets up only to see Tien, who lets out a solar flare, as Yamcha prepares a Spirit Ball to attack the blinded Nappa. The heavily weakened Nappa picks himself up and prepares to launch an attack at Yamcha, but then looks above him to see that Tien has changed positions, and he lets out a powerful Tri-Beam, all while Yamcha's Spirit Ball is assaulting Nappa from all sides. While individually, Yamcha could stand no chance and Tien could only hold off Nappa a little bit, together, their combined attacks actually end up killing Nappa, showing the fruits of everyone's training and the new power of the humans. While they are a little winded, they were successful, with Gohan and Goten being sad that they weren't the ones that got to fight Nappa. They really wanted to test out those combo moves. Vegeta understandably is shocked, as well as furious. How could these weaklings kill Nappa? He didn't notice their power spike, and their power levels right now are only a few points above what they were before. In this moment of distraction, Goku gets behind him and grabs Vegeta's tail, as everyone charges to attack. Vegeta chuckles at the attempt to disable him with such a dumb trick, as he elbows Goku away and lets out an explosion of power that knocks everyone back. He destroys a scouter thinking that it's broken, as he launches an assault. He's outnumbered, but he doesn't realize he's overpowered as well. Tien launches another solar flare, as everyone rushes him and fights in sync while blinded. Vegeta's vision slowly comes back, and he begins to fight back and pushes the group away. He jumps up into the air and launches a Gallic gun towards Gohan and Goten, who attempt to push it back. Goku then joins them to push it back further, and Vegeta is then attacked from behind by Piccolo, who grabs him by extending his arms. This causes Vegeta to be swallowed by the Kamehameha, and then Piccolo slams him onto the ground, putting him all the way in the dirt, which angers Vegeta even more as he launches a beam through Piccolo's chest as revenge. Piccolo, not dead, falls to the ground, and this causes Gohan and Goten to go into a rage as their power soars and they fight Vegeta with the rest of the group joining to push back. The twins rush Vegeta together, perfectly in sync with their punches and kicks, and while Vegeta is basically ragdolled at this point from not guarding against their powered up punches, they end up launching a coordinated attack. Gohan uppercuts Vegeta into the sky, and Goten jumps high above and spikes him back down, with the two repeating this faster and faster as if it's some game of volleyball. You could see I'm drawing some inspiration from Gotenks here. Just as Vegeta is about to escape this, the two launch Kamehamehas towards him, crushing him in between, with Goku and Yamcha joining in with their own Kamehamehas to further crush Vegeta, making it so Gohan and Yamcha on the ground have a little beam struggle with Goku and Goten who are in the air, in order to keep Vegeta in place, hoping to defeat him with this. The rest of the group joins in, with Chaozu even helping by trying to paralyze Vegeta, which doesn't work too well because of the power difference, but it's no big deal as Tien then jumps in to launch a Tri-Beam to blast Vegeta out of the struggle and finish it off. As Vegeta's launched away, Krillin takes this opportunity to use his own Destructo Disc, which nearly hits Vegeta, except he dodges it in the nick of time as he's flying out of the beams with his own explosion of power. Gohan and Goten's combo move, while they were enraged, actually ended up becoming a full-on coordination between the entire team, except for Yajirobe, who wasn't that adept with Ki Blasts. And of course, Piccolo on the sidelines, who's pretty much out of commission for now. Vegeta is obviously in a bad spot. He's losing pretty badly, and he throws up his Power Ball in the air in a last-ditch attempt to try to turn the tide of the battle. He begins laughing to himself as he looks up at the Power Ball in anticipation. He'll become a great ape and he'll crush them all. This is definitely gonna work. And he stands there, waiting. Nothing's happening. Vegeta didn't notice, but when Krillin threw a Destructo Disc at him, it actually did hit Vegeta and slice his tail off. With all the pain in every area of his body, while being crushed by the two Kamehamehas, and launched out by Tien's Tri-Beam, he never actually noticed this. His whole body was in pain the whole time, but he didn't actually know his tail was sliced off until just checking now. But the Power Ball doesn't just do nothing. Remember from the last part, Goten has a tail in this What If, and by extension can become a Great Ape, and obviously, Gohan still has one too, just like he did originally. So while Vegeta doesn't become a Great Ape, two other people do, Gohan and Goten. Just like Piccolo and Goku I've seen before in their training, the two begin to grow, under the influence of the Power Ball that's in the sky. They try to destroy the Power Ball, but it's not like the moon where they could just blow it up. They might be in trouble here. But because of what Vegeta said, everyone realizes that only Saiyans with tails will be able to do this. Goku first tells Krillin and Yajirobe that they need to help Piccolo if one of them has a Senzu Bean, because if he dies, then there will be no Dragon Balls. After that, both Yajirobe and Krillin, who have a Katana and Destructo Disc respectively, now have to go face the two Great Apes and cut off their tails. Gohan and Goten have fully transformed and are rampaging and coming towards the group. "You fools!" Vegeta says weakly. After Piccolo is healed, the group ends up distracting the two Great Apes so Krillin and Yajirobe can sneak up behind them. All while Vegeta curses to himself for his failure and flies off now that his plan has failed. With the group being distracted by the two kids, he used this opportunity to leave them. They obviously do notice Vegeta leaving, and they do want to go get him, but there's no time. They need to stop these two kids because they're more dangerous than Vegeta at this point. Vegeta's heavily weakened and already basically defeated, but because of the 10 times boost you get when becoming a Great Ape, one of these individually is multiple times stronger than Vegeta, so of course they're going to focus their attention on them. The two Great Apes, blinded by rage, begin to fight each other. They're completely out of their minds right now, as one would expect. Krillin and Yajirobe are in position, but above them, something catches their attention. They see Vegeta's pod as he's trying to escape, flying off in the distance. This also catches the attention of the Great Apes, with Gohan and Goten both launching beams towards the ship, blowing it up and sending Vegeta falling to the ground. Krillin and Yajirobe cut off the tails of the twin Saiyans and they return to normal, unconscious, but fine, and the group is actually victorious. although they still sense Vegeta's powers present, despite his ship being destroyed. Chaozu and Yajirobe bring the two kids back to the lookout, and the rest of the group goes to find Vegeta. They find the prince laying on the ground, nearly dead, and admitting his defeat. He has no option to escape now, he's out of energy and badly injured, and he just awaits his death, with everyone eager to finish him off. But Goku steps in to stop them, kinda like he did originally with Krillin, saying that they shouldn't stoop to his level and kill him. For now, they can leave Vegeta alive. And the group does think Goku's crazy for this, but he has his reasons, and that's where we'll leave off for now. What did you think about this part, and how do you think it will affect the future parts? Because of their victory here and their motivation beforehand, will the humans play a more important role in the story now? How will Gohan and Goten perform in the future? What will happen to Vegeta now that he's stranded on Earth? Comment your suggestions below as we prepare for the next part. As always, remember to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon for notifications about future parts of this What If and other videos. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you on the next video.